The OmniBook Ultra is HP's new premium 14-inch laptop, and I've spent way too much time working on this review. You see, I started off hating this laptop. I thought it was woefully overpriced, as it is one of two laptops replacing HP's excellent and premium Spectre 14. But it cuts back on many of that laptop's premium features. However, the more I use this laptop, I realize that it is actually a different kind of machine with different benefits. It has very strong CPU performance and broad application compatibility. This makes it a solid choice for people like programmers or audio engineers who use a variety of specialized applications. And the more I use this laptop, the more I realize that for these kind of buyers, the areas where HP has cut back, they just didn't matter as much as I initially thought. This all being said, I still don't think this is a premium laptop that you should pay its premium MSRP price for, which is currently around $1,500 to $1,700. However, this laptop does regularly go on sale. I think if you can find it for around $300 to $400 off, it's a solid buy. And FYI, our website has a price tracker that will literally tell you when it's being offered at its best price. So make sure to check that out at justjosh.tech. Now, I do have a review coming of the OmniBook Ultra Flip, I have it right here, which is more of a direct replacement to the Spectre 14. For example, it is a 2-in-1. That laptop does indeed preserve many of its premium features, so get subscribed for that with the notification bell on. And with that said, here's how I came to these conclusions. Let's start with the display. Unlike the Spectre or the Flip, we don't have an OLED panel here, it's an IPS one. This isn't the worst thing, as IPS panels just don't suffer from the issues of OLED in terms of burn-in and a screen door effect, which is particularly apparent on touchscreens like this one. However, this IPS panel is one of the areas where HP has cheaped out. For example, it has a slower 60Hz refresh rate and its color gamut just isn't that wide. Its resolution is also lower than the Flip or the Spectre's at 2.2K rather than 2.8. This means that content on screen like small text just does not look quite as crisp. Honestly, I thought it would worry me, but I ended up finding its resolution acceptable. Let's move on to the trackpad. The haptic trackpad of the Spectre 14 is gone. It's been replaced with a mechanical one. But funnily enough, I found it almost as precise to use and better in one way. It didn't have the horrific palm rejection issues of the Spectre 14 or the Flip. But realistically, in late 2024, for this kind of laptop with its MSRP, we should be getting a haptic trackpad that just doesn't have palm rejection issues. Well, what about that super comfortable keyboard of the Spectre 14? Unfortunately, this laptop is again a step back. It feels noticeably low travel when you type on it. I frequently felt the keys bottoming out. I was hoping that at least it would be a quieter keyboard so that you don't disturb others in a class or meeting room setting. The outgoing Spectre's keyboard was quite loud. Some of the keys are quieter, but others are just as clacky, like the backspace key. One positive is that the backlight of this keyboard is better than the Spectre's. That laptop's backlight would bleed a lot of light around the key. This distracted you from seeing the character of the key itself in a darker environment. This new keyboard has resolved this. Now let's get to portability. This laptop weighs 100 grams more than the outgoing Spectre 14. This makes the OmniBook Ultra feel heavy for its screen size. In fact, I believe it's one of the heaviest 14-inch laptops I've used that does not have dedicated graphics. It's also physically larger than the older Spectre 14 and the OmniBook Ultra Flip. In fact, many laptops this big come with larger displays like the MacBook Pro 14 or Slim 7X. This laptop does not, which results in it having a larger bezel around the screen. This makes it look a tad dated. In fact, as a whole, this laptop's grey colour just looks uglier than the Spectre 14 or the Flip. If I could define a bland looking laptop, this one would be it. Now, when opening the laptop, you're going to struggle. It has very stiff hinges and there isn't much of a cutout or notch for your fingers to catch to lift up the display. On those stiff hinges, some people may find this a positive, especially if you use the touchscreen. I feel more people will find it annoying though, particularly the complete inability to open this laptop without firmly gripping it with two hands. When it comes to the ports, they are a little disappointing for a laptop this large. You get two USB-C ports that support Thunderbolt, one USB-A port and a headphone mic combo jack. Both of the charging capable ports are on the right side too, which is a bit annoying. It would have been good to have one on either side, so your power cable is less likely to get in your way. When it comes to creature comforts like the speakers, the OmniBook Ultra again just disappoints. Compared to a MacBook Pro 14 or G14, both which can be found around this laptop's MSRP, the Ultra speakers just have less of everything. They don't sound as loud, they don't sound as powerful, they don't have as much bass, and their stereo separation is nowhere near as good. The webcam also is nothing special. It isn't the clearest for a 1441, which is disappointing, and I found the audio sounds echoey. Now, performance, on the other hand, is an area where this laptop really shines. It can be had with one of AMD's excellent Zen 5 processors, either the Ryzen 9 365 or the HX 375 version. If you want to know the difference, the 375 chip can run its cores a minuscule amount faster and has 2 extra efficient cores. We haven't seen a lot of Ryzen 9 HX 375 chips. It's basically the same chip as the HX 370, but with a slightly more powerful NPU. In Geekbench, which tests a variety of common performance tasks, the OmniBook Ultra is one of the fastest 14-inch laptops out there in both single and multi-core. Way faster than the prior Spectre 14, and much faster than the OmniBook Ultra Flip. This laptop also handily beats out the Slim 7X, our best performing Snapdragon X Elite laptop. But it still can't catch the MacBook Pro 14 with the M3 Pro 12-core chip. That laptop can now be found on very heavy discounts as the newer M4 Pro version is just right around the corner. In Cinebench, which tests the processor's performance when maxed out, the OmniBook Ultra performs even better, this time beating the MacBook Pro in multi-core. You could also see that the Zephyrus G16 with a similar processor to this laptop beats it by quite a bit. This is likely due to the G16's beefier cooling solution. It is, after all, a larger laptop. Please keep this in mind. You aren't getting the full performance that this HX 375 chip is capable of in the OmniBook Ultra. When it comes to sustaining its performance over time, we ran Cinebench on a loop for a 10-minute torture test. Here you can see that the larger chassis of this laptop does indeed pay off. Taking a look at power draw during this test though, you can see why this laptop performs so well. It is able to sustain feeding its processor a high 48 watts of power. And check this out, the OmniBook Ultra has a similar average power draw to the VivoBook S14 with Intel's Core Ultra 9 processor. But the OmniBook significantly beats that laptop in performance. This reinforces how much more power efficient AMD is at high power draws. Now, when this laptop draws that much power, it does get warm and it has loud fan noise, but it's not as bad as the heat and fan noise that either of our VivoBook S14s produce. In light use, this laptop never gets warm to the touch, nor has annoying fan noise. Even in gaming, it only gets a little warm, and fan noise is actually quite tolerable. On that note, let's jump into graphics performance. The integrated GPU in this laptop is quite good. It is a little behind Intel's new integrated GPU found in their latest Lunar Lake processors, but it is definitely top tier as far as integrated GPUs in Windows laptops go. I was able to enjoy a game of League of Legends at higher settings and high frame rates, but the laptop 60Hz cap just quickly became annoying. As mentioned, this Ryzen 9 HX 375 chip has AMD's most powerful NPU. Actually, it is the most powerful NPU that can be found in any laptop right now. So if you're excited by on-device AI capabilities, you may like this. But, keep in mind, at this price point, you could get a laptop with a dedicated GPU that would run circles around this one. When it comes to battery life, this laptop did well in light tasks and poorly in performance tasks. For our Procyon video playback test, this laptop lasted over 16 hours on battery. This is very impressive given this laptop's smaller 68 watt-hour battery. The laptop's lower resolution display here is a positive, you see. Lower resolution displays are less pixel dense. Their backlights therefore do not need to be as strong to achieve the same levels of brightness. Now, to test performance on battery, we ran Cinebench on a loop for 30 minutes. This laptop just collapsed in a heap. This is to be expected given it draws a large amount of power for performance tasks. Please note though, the OmniBook Ultra does appear to throttle its performance to about 80% of max when unplugged. This may sound bad, but even with this handicap, it still delivers respectable performance amongst 14-inch laptops. Now, this all being said, it just sucks that HP cheaped out here by putting such a small battery in one of the largest 14-inch laptops that we've tested. Seriously, the little MSI Prestige 13 that Sierra just reviewed has a larger 75 watt-hour battery. Now, before I conclude, since this laptop is a good choice for software developers, we obviously had to try Linux. And as we are ballers, we went with Fedora 41 Beta. Everything that we tested worked without issue. Trackpad, webcam, speakers, brightness up and down, you get it, everything worked, yay. Alright, let's conclude. I like the OmniBook Ultra, just not at its MSRP price. At such a price, HP is clearly trying to pretend that this laptop is a premium one. We're here to call this out, it is not. This laptop is more akin to HP's older Envy line, which was their value line. With this in mind, if you can find this laptop on sale for around $1,000 to $1,400 using tools like the price tracker on our website, it is a good deal. That range, by the way, does depend on what configuration you get with it. I think overall, the OmniBook Ultra is an ideal choice for people looking for strong CPU performance who don't need dedicated graphics. Plus, since it's an AMD CPU, you get broad application compatibility, unlike similarly priced laptops powered by Snapdragon processors. This makes the OmniBook Ultra a safe bet for people like programmers or anyone working with applications that just may not work on Qualcomm's hardware, for example, audio engineers. Now, if this laptop is not on sale, don't buy it for its MSRP price, there are just better ones available. A heavily discounted MacBook Pro 14 or even the excellent ProArt PX13, which does have dedicated graphics by the way. If you want to find the best price on this laptop or see all the laptops we currently recommend, head on over to our website, justjosh.tech. If you want to support what we do here, just hit the like button and get subscribed. Not only will it help us grow, which means that we can make more videos for you, but as I always say, it makes my dearest mother very proud. Till next time, go do something awesome with your day, and I will catch you later.